Today, as y'all can see from the title, like I want to talk about just insecurities and low self-esteem. One thing about a lot of us is just like we all have a point in our lives that we just feel insecure about some, or we're just having low self-esteem about the way we look. It can go the way we look, the way we think of ourselves, the way we act, and that stuff can lead to like a lot of just anxiety, depression, and putting yourself into like this lower category. And you know, one thing I say, one thing I announce on this channel a lot is just like if you put yourself in that type of zone, you know, people gonna read your energy. You think you putting yourself in this type of box of that you're not good enough. Today's video, I just want to change your mind on it and talk more about how to overcome it. And you know, one point in my life, like when I was a teenager, like one point in my life, like a couple times throughout my life, I was when I was a teenager, I used to have bad acne, and I used to always think I was ugly because I had acne. Everybody else's skin at school at the time was smooth, and it used to kind of bother me a little bit. And then on top of that, like when I was in a relationship, with those of y'all that's in a relationship and stuff, are just jealous and insecure about my girlfriend. Like if I was like good enough, if I was worthy enough to be with her and stuff. And like I said, y'all, one thing I can say is just like if you put yourself in that box, the world will start it'll start getting put out there, and it'll start reciprocating towards you, you know. And you don't want to put yourself in that zone. It could cause a lot of negativity throughout your life. And what I had to do to build up, get past that insecurity that a lot of people don't talk about, is insecurity and low self-esteem is really just a thought, y'all. Like it's not really what people perceive of you, because when we first see somebody, and I'm saying like when you first see somebody, if somebody walk in the room with their head high and acting like they own the room, like you're not gonna look at them as insecure. You're gonna, off the first 7 seconds, you're gonna look at them as confident. And what I started noticing over time as I got older, like insecurities, low self-esteem is really a thought. And if you keep thinking to yourself that you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that, it's gonna start building up, and it's gonna start coming out into the world, and it's gonna show through your actions and show that you're not confident enough in yourself. That's all it basically is. I advise you to start changing your thoughts, and this is how you can really do it, because this is how I did it. And what I did was just first I started working on myself more. So it could be really anything. This is how you can really work on it and get you out of that box and that category of feeling so low on yourself and insecure. Like first thing I did, and hopefully this could work for you, is just like going to the gym. Like I didn't like the way I looked at the time. I was very skinny. Like I said, y'all, I was very insecure in my body, my face. Like I was very skinny, and I didn't like the way I looked. People, especially when I used to play basketball, I feel like everybody was just like moving me out the way, and it's like it used to get annoying and feel like I was just weak. And one day I said to myself and and just really thought and like start actually thinking. I was like, bro, if I start going to the gym and working out, I could become stronger, and people cannot, run all over me, treat me like I'm a weak person in basketball. Because if you don't know, in basketball, it's a lot of contacts, weak and everything. Like people gonna move you easily. And how I start thinking, I was like, how can I become more strong? So like, for example, like whatever field you feel like you insecure about, like really start thinking on it. Like think on it first, like stop, think, and then figure out how you can become better at that, overcome that. That's like the first tip I want to give. Like that's the first advice I want to give, because like it really starts on you stopping and thinking on what that insecurity is. And for me, it was basketball, and I was skinny, so I'm like, all right, let's start hitting the gym. Boom. The first week when I started hitting the gym, it was hard because I'm thinking my body's gonna get shredded off the first week. It didn't, y'all. So it kind of bumped my insecurity a little. It bumped my insecurity even more, because like I'm like, dang, I'm not even strong, getting no results off of this fast that I thought I was. What I did was take a break. I'm gonna be honest. I stopped going to the gym for a little bit. But then I start to realize like everything is really just small steps. So what I started doing after I took that break and decided to go back to the gym again, like I did something little, because the first week I was just doing a lot of crazy things. And when I first started going back, I started going on a treadmill, start running. Look, okay, for that first week, I just started running on the treadmill for 20 minutes. That's all I did. Boom, boom. I ran in the gym for 20 minutes, the whole week, and start building that momentum up. And after the whole week was over, I started realizing like, man, okay, next week I want to go to the gym, and this time I want to start lifting a little bit of weights, but I ain't gonna lift heavy weights. I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna start small and work my way up. So arm workouts and added some shoulder workouts, because I'm like, okay, arm workouts is not really a good work. I started adding arm workouts, and once I started doing them arm workouts, like I was just realizing like, okay, after that whole week was over with me doing them arm workouts, like I started realizing like, okay, everything's really just a momentum. So basically, y'all, what I'm trying to say is like over time now I'm in calisthenics, and now I can go to the gym and do handstands and flags, and what it took for me to do that is like, basically the point of the story, y'all, is take away them insecurities. You really gotta think on it first. Second, go take action on it, and when I mean take action, don't jump straight into like I did, like going to be delusional and just try to do the hard things. No, like start doing like small steps first, and over time when you start doing them small steps, you will start seeing like it get easier, and you'll start seeing like the thing that you're insecure about, like it's not as bad no more. It starts to get easier, and then over time, back to the story, y'all, because I know I'm like all over the place. Basically, you want to first think on it, second, take action, and third, just start making small steps on the insecurity, and over time, when you look up, like you will start seeing that you're getting good at this, or you overcoming that insecurity. It's starting to feel more comfortable. It's not feeling like you scared or having this anxiety anymore. It's like walking. Like you don't think when you walk. Now you just walk, because you build up, you do it so much that it's just like you're so confident in it. And when I start looking back at it now, like the whole entire time, insecurities and low self-esteem is really just the way you're thinking. So I'm gonna draw this circle out, right? And this circle is gonna be called your comfort zone. Be called your comfort zone. But this big black circle around you, the goal you're trying to get to. So accomplishing that fear, that anxiety, that insecurity, So this small circle is your comfort zone. So you just comfortable being around this zone. And this other big circle, if y'all can see it, it's gonna be your goal to accomplish. So over time, like let's say we're gonna use going to a bar or something, y'all, right? Okay. First thing I would say, the goal is to get to dance with a girl at the bar, right? That's gonna be like the big goal. But let's say you're in your comfort zone, and you feel scared, and you have insecurities not to even get to that. So let's be realistic, right? Let's go back into your comfort zone. What I would tell you to do is start to go to the bar for 10 minutes, right? Just go in there in 10 minutes and just sit there and chill. Like you don't even have to speak to nobody. You just got to go to the bar for just 10 minutes, right? That's going to be in your comfort zone. Because I'm sure you already been to the bar, so you can go in the bar for 10 minutes and just chill. You don't have to talk to nobody. Okay, do that for like 3 days. When you start doing that for 3 days, you will start to notice like it's like easy. It's starting to get easy to you. We building like a little effect, right? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna break down a secret, y'all. I'm gonna break it down. So it's like, all right, getting to the bar is easy, right? Now the next step, when it's feeling comfortable to you, we're gonna make another circle around the comfort zone, and this so y'all can see like around the little lines, like it's starting to get a little bigger. So now I would say go to the bar for 15 minutes and just say hello to somebody. Like It could be anybody, the bartender, it could be anybody, a bartender, a guy there, if a girl, just say hello. All you gotta do is say hi and keep it pushing, and do that for a week straight, you know. Now it's like it's starting to be another second nature when you start doing that over time. Like you start seeing yourself getting easier with it, and then now we just starting to move to big levels, and you keep being consistent with that. Like the next one is gonna be go in a bar and just start having stay in a bar for a good 30 minutes and start having a conversation with people. So this time it's not even just saying hi. Now you finna start talking. And then it's like it's just getting like this. Look, now your comfort zone is getting bigger. I'm not good at drawing, but you see how like the circle's getting bigger, right? It's expanding until you get to all the way to this big circle. And then now you asking that girl in the dance. And you now you so confident, like your circles are spinning. Now you so confident in yourself that you just asking that girl in the dance. And the secret is, it's just like, bro. Secret is the only way you could take all that anxiety and that insecurity stuff away from yourself. It just really starting small and changing your mindset and look at yourself with a higher point of view. Start appreciating more of yourself. Start looking at yourself in the mirror and be like, bro, I ain't really that guy. And when you start perceiving yourself as that, walking up straight instead of lounging, you know, going to, like the example I was using earlier, when somebody was walking around the gym, he walking around with his head up, like you gonna perceive that person as confident, and you start just doing that, like over time, you will start looking back at yourself and be like, bro, I am him, like I am that dude, I am that girl, whoever, like even if you're a girl watching this, like you would just start realizing you were that person. And then it also goes into the skill that you want to just do. Like me doing YouTube, like I already feel like in a way that I am a cold content creator, because the videos I do and and me just keep learning and doing the steps and taking more steps and adding more things into my video, like, and picking this camera up every day, that I'm just starting to realize like I am that dude. Like I am already at 1 million subscribers. And then what happens when you start thinking that way, like the universe in a weird way starts rewarding you, you know and that's basically what it is, y'all. Like it's really just your mindset and doing the small steps, because over time you will start seeing yourself, just you'll look back at yourself and see how far you came, like the example of the circle. Like you start off this person that's shy to now you just in a club or a bar, and you dancing with that girl that looked like a Kim Kardashian, or that guy that looked like a Leonardo DiCaprio. As simple as as cliche and simple as it is, y'all, it's just like the whole entire time your insecurities are not you. It's not even like a real, y'all. It's like a thought that's just trying to put you in this comfort zone and make you think you're not good enough. And now, and me looking back from now where I was, like when I was insecure and had anxiety over things, like now I just feel like like I'm on top of the world, because I had to go walk around with my head up, even if I make mistakes, because we're not all perfect and stuff, because sometimes I'll fall back, but I pick myself back up and be reminding myself on how far I came, and I am that guy. Because if I don't, I believe that if you don't do that, like what's that word I want to use? It's a word, bro. Whatever you put into the universe will come back to you. I don't know the word of it, but that's exactly what will happen. Basically, y'all, to end it off, if y'all really understand, like, your insecurities are not you. And, like I said, hopefully this video is making more sense to y'all now. It's just like anybody that's just going through that problem and thinking they just not good enough, like, all you have to do is start changing that mindset and start tackling the things you want to do, and start off with small steps. Later on, you would just start seeing yourself just be more confident to it. Anyways, y'all, I'm doing a lot of yapping. I hope this video helped some of y'all understand more just overcoming insecurities and self-esteem and putting yourself in this box. I just want y'all to be better, y'all, because you know a lot of people, a lot of things in this world will try to put you like you're not good enough, but you really are, y'all. And you just gotta go out there and tackle it. I love every single one of y'all. Feel free to comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video. We are gone. Peace.